are we, peoples? Back at CK Paint Panel here. We're minus the boss this week too, because his lovely wife had another baby, so that's 3 boys. Now his wife's got 4 boys to raise. But hey, that's her thing. But anyway, back on the VH. Last time you saw it, I had the doors in bare metal. I was doing some rust that wasn't repaired from a previous shop. They're all being sorted now. Now, if you can see, it's all in epoxy, in and out. I had them full bare metal. All 3 doors, because the driver's rear door, and I'll take you over there and show you. Look, it can be repaired, but you've got to weigh up what's it going to cost to repair, and as opposed to buying another door. I reckon I've got a week or so, maybe a little bit more in that door to repair, so we've opted to get another door. It was a lot worse than these doors. So we'll take you over there now. And this is our lovely VH shell, and this was our door. If you can have a, if Raf can get the camera in here, you can see the outer skin's all right, but all on the inner skin, there's nothing left behind there. All the way down here, there's nothing left. And then if you come around here, you can see more rust holes in here, more little holes down there, and rust going on here. So basically, this whole section would have to be replaced, and this whole section here. Well, you can't buy that stuff, you have to hand make it. So I guesstimate about a week, in between a week and 2 weeks to get it done. That's in between doing other bits and pieces. So value-wise, money-wise, we're better off getting another second-hand door, even if it's got a little bit of rust, and we spend 2 days on it. We're still a lot better off than trying to fix this door, and the customer won't be happy with his bill. So that's the doors sorted. The bonnet got done. Previous shop, they had put the bonnet scoop on. They welded around here. I didn't do the welds around here. Their welds were okay. There are a couple of pinholes. You can see it looks like pinholes here, but they're not. I've had my torch up there, so they're sorted. But either side, they're ready to bog this bonnet, but either side was like this. Like I keep saying, when you weld metal, heat causes distortion on these cars. So you expect it. So there's distortion, all right, you fix it. So I spent a day or so getting all these, because these were oil canning, like I was explaining last week. The oil can where it goes bing bong, bing bong. It was bad. So I spent some time, pulled that up. Instead of having a friggin' ½ inch of bog, it's gonna have less than 5 mils in some sections, you know what I mean? So that's ready to go. That's done in and out too. So I had this full clean, nice shiny metal. I've got to try and get some photos to you, but I had it all nice and clean. So that one's ready to go. Same with the boot lid. Boot lid was in good condition. I mean, you can see a little dent here and that, but that's nothing, you know. There was no rust, it was nice and clean. So that's ready to go. So all our hanging on panels are all ready to go, except the one door that we have to replace. So I think at some next stage, when I've finished doing what I'm doing, we're going to go for the engine bay and work our way up and over and hit the sill panels and that, and we'll meet at the quarter panels. But we're not going to do the quarter panels yet. We're still looking for a donor car. We need 2 quarter panels and a back panel. So we'll get there. Now, I had to stop this one this week. I was sick Monday, so I had to stop this, and I've gone on with a Skyline. What's the Skyline, Raf? R31, there you go. You have to ask these young lads, they know all about it. So same thing, this guy, he was going to do it himself. He started sanding it down, as you can see. He started doing bits and pieces. Because what his plan was to get it sanded, get it half decent. He didn't want it show quality, half decent, and then he was going to wrap it. But then he came to the quarter panels. We presumed he tried to roll the lips on the quarter panels to fit his tyres in, and he's lumped out all this bog here. So he's now given it to Chris and say, hey, look, fix this. So he's not wrapping it now, we're painting it. So that's what I've started doing, bare metaling it. And it's a very good shell if you have a look. There was a little bit of bog here. The 2 guards which are over there had no bog in it. The roof had no bog in it. Yet again, you see all these spider veins. These surface rust here, it's going to take me a little bit to get it out. I will get it out. The reason why it's like that is because the young lad had sanded it and he exposed bare metals And when he gave up, and it was out in the weather. So it rusted. But we'll bring that back, there's no problems. Same with the boot lid, very good condition, no bog. I'm sort of hoping that the only bog in this car is going to be in the quarter panels, because that's bad enough. So next to move on is to get the doors stripped. And this is the same as the VH. I'll strip it all down. I haven't sanded it yet, because if I sand it, that's a coating on there from factory. It won't rust. You have to keep it out of the rain, of course. But if I sand it, it's going to go like that, because yet again, he sanded the boot lid and he went through bare metal. So these little rusty spots is where he's taking the E-coating off, and it's totally bare metal. So that's why I'm leaving it like that until I can tee with Chris, our painter, that as soon as it's exposed metal, we get it straight in the booth and it's epoxied, so we don't have any flash rust, surface rust. Exactly what we did with the VH. So yeah, that's where we're at this week. Thanks for watching.
I don't really want to do this YouTube thing, but Chris told me I had to do it, so here we are. Hello, today been helping out everyone, just doing little bits and pieces with the VLs and just other little parts for cars, private jobs. I've been on this VL helping Gary with priming it up, masking it up for primer. Now I'm just unmasking it, gonna backmask it ready for Chris to hopefully paint it, get it in the booth today. And yeah, just the normal MG stuff I've been trying to keep up with. Yeah, that's good.
Again, yeah, Gary from CK. Rightio, so got handballed this the other 2 weeks. Taking the other seal off. We've got the aftermarket seal on. Put doors on, gaps, right, chasing those bits and pieces. Door opens, closes like it should. I've elevated the car. Now with a lot of these older vehicles and stuff like that, if they don't have a chassis or anything like this, you want to make sure that you've got them on the, you know, like underneath the diff, underneath the front cradle, all that where they're sitting on the wheels. With this one here, I wasn't too sure. It could have been hit, could have been twisted, could have been anything. So brought my trusty treble gauge in, hence, for people that are not in the know, if they don't know what treble gauges are, mess fix. So you put your points in like this. What do you know? Underneath, you'll notice there's a lot of cardboard and all that because I've been sliding around underneath on my back. Now, what I've been doing is going from point to point on like common jig holes in the rails and all that sort of thing. I check length and also I check it crossways to make sure that one side's not short or it's twisted, because otherwise that'll show you're basically making a box. You can find out if it's twisted by these points will be longer, these ones will be shorter. So then you have to do a length measurement to see if they go from point to point and make sure it's right from there. One handy thing, which I've got with me now, what I ended up doing is actually drawing the jig hole points. So I've got 1650 from jig hole to jig hole, that's at the rear, and it should be the same on the other side. If it's not, something's either short or it could be twisted. Same in the rear here, all this. This car is something that I don't know about too much, right? I don't know the history of it. It could have been buffed into wheel arches. It could have had a bad accident in the front. So when you're actually taking all these sort of things in, you've got to sort of think about it and consider that something might be a little bit wrong, especially if you sort of come in halfway through a job. So I've elevated it, like I said, brought the treble gauge in. That gives me all my measurements and all that sort of thing. So I know that I've got a sound body, chassis, and nothing's twisted, because otherwise you're never going to get doors to open and shut. All gaps, doors will be sitting like this, that, or the worst thing is when people have taken sill panels off, they drop. Now, if it drops like that, hell or high water to try and get everything back normal again. So it's a bit of a trap for our young players. I've been around the traps a few times. I've had to fix a lot of these sort of things. So that's just one thing. If you're doing things from home, just make sure it's underneath where the wheels are, you know. And second of all, if you are going to take, if it doesn't have like a chassis or it's not really strong underneath, you usually have to brace from this pillar to the back pillar, especially if you're taking sill panels or floor sections out, because otherwise they'll just bend either one way or the other, depending on where the jack stands are and all that sort of thing, and then you just get yourself in a big muddle with it all. Anyway, on a good note, finish these sections and stuff like that. That's all back normal. Solid steel. It's been a bit of a work of art and all that sort of thing. So I've done all this, checked all this out, taken sill panel off. There's inner braces and stuff at the front of the sill panel in here, all that sort of thing. I've had to actually take them out, repair, and then plug weld everything back on, strengthen, and that's actually thicker metal. It's not just normal 1mm or 0.9 sheet steel. This is around about, what is it, 1.5 I think it is. So when you've got 3 layers of that weld has been working hard. I've got all that sorted out, got most of this under control, got the sill panel back in where it is. That's where I've had to make another little repair section on here because that was all rotted out, it was horrible. I've left this open for a reason, because I want to be able to get in there and also get the seal in and out, because if I box it in, I'm going to be damaging stuff to try and twist it to get it in and out, because that's what I've got to do with these things. So, right, seal panel sitting in place. Use tech screws just to hold everything. Got my holes drilled, ready to go. That's under control. I've got a section made up for that somewhere amongst all this busyness. I've cut this section here out so I can start to have a look, because this had like old 1970s flares. You know, had the old bell-bottom Brady Bunch trousers on the back here and at the front at one stage. It was a cool thing back in the 70s, not so cool nowadays. This wheel arch had like 3 or 4 bits of pieces and metal and all that sort of thing in there. I'm pretty happy with some of it. I've got to plenish a few things and stuff like that, but it's not totally gone. It's something that I can actually work with. Now, going on to the back, not too fussed about it. Like, that's just, yeah, it's got a lot of Chinese lead in there, as you can see. Just a mess. But we've got a new quarter that'll be going on here. That'll be joined round about up through here. And like I said, I think on the previous thing, that's where the factory join is there. So we'll go through there. This will be all sorted out. Had this VL here that came in last week. Had rust, normal thing, take the window out, rust down the bottom. It wasn't too bad actually. It's a very, very clean car, clean, honest, original car. Yeah, rust sections cut out, make new sections, put in, plug weld, done. Bonnet's been painted, nose cone's been painted already, ready to go. This thing's ready, just about to go in the paint shop and get that one under control as well. The one over there is the one that I had to actually cut rust out of guards, do rust sections around the back, around the windows, all sorts of things. That's actually painted now, so it's a good thing. We're slowly getting on top of a lot of this stuff that's been sitting for a bit, you know. So, yeah, happy days.
Last fortnight, been flat chat, painting these VLs again. Just finished painting this one. So, just got to do all the blackouts now around the windows, around the frames and stuff, around the back tail light. Then I got this one as well. Just been painting parts for this, so bonnet, cow panel, nose cone and bumpers. It's been flat chat. Got a 33 Skyline bar that I've just painted today as well in the office. Just got to blow in the cow panel now. Blend it up on the roof. Yeah, then you got the panels over here as well if you want to have a look at these. So these are all the panels. This is for the This was painted yesterday, so this is for the one with the cow panel that I'm about to blow in. Same with the nose cone there. Other parts over there for the other one, the respray. So yeah, as you can see, it's been flat chat. Running out of room to put parts. And yeah, that's about it.
Thanks for watching everyone, like and subscribe. See you next time. I'm going home soon to have a beer now. Bye.